What's up, guys? I'm back. I know you've been asking yourself, we need more Misha. Where's the Misha? I can't take enough Misha. Probably not. I don't think anyone's actually saying that. But I'm back. I had to figure out what I was gonna do with this YouTube channel. That was for the hiatus. Now I'm back. It's on. It's like on like Donkey Kong on. Yeah. Boom, coming at you. I just want to talk to you guys today because I get a lot of questions all the time from my friends, random people who DM me, co-workers. They want to get a camera. What camera should I get? What camera should I get? What camera should I get? It's like, it's haunting my mind. I hear the voices still. Not like that. But the problem with that question is that there are millions of types of cameras. Millions. There are a lot of variations. Video cameras, hybrid cameras, picture cameras. They usually corner me and they want the answer now. Like, give us the answer. What type of camera should we get? But it's not that simple. Cameras are way more confusing and complicated than they seem. It's not just click click. I know everyone is like click click, but it's not just click click. It's a little click click, but it's not all click click. One thing I gotta ask you whenever people ask me, what do you want a camera? First, what are you using this camera for? Are you taking pictures of people, animals, sunsets, landscapes? Are you vlogging? Are you making small, short, independent films? Are you recording crime like The Neighborhood Watch? Are you chasing down celebrities like, I don't know, TMZ or paparazzi? What do you need the camera for? That usually can narrow it down. A lot of times in my personal experiences, no one can give me a clear answer. Not all the time. Well, I want to do this, that, and this, and this. And there are a lot of cameras that can do this, that, but to get the best experiences, it's usually a handful of things you'd have to choose to do from your camera. You can't have your camera do everything. Then I gotta ask you, what level are you on? Are you an enthusiast? Are you a hobbyist? Or are you a professional? 3 different levels of thinking, purchasing, planning. If you're an enthusiast, you like pictures, you like videos or whatever, you just do it because it's cool. And you can be one of each in whatever category you're in. If you're a hobbyist, you like taking pictures or videos, you like putting some things together, you're not crazy with the editing, you don't have all the time in the world, and you probably don't even want to give all the time in the world. You're a lawyer by day, Uber driver by night, and like, I don't know, picture person, video person in the middle of the day, that little time block between like noon and 6, everything else, I don't know. But, or you're a professional, this is what you do, this is where you earn your income, this is where you're, gonna be at, you have a lot of time, money, and effort that you want to dedicate to this journey that you're on. Those are 3 different things. If you're an enthusiast, bro, get an iPhone. There are Androids that do stuff. I'm not an Android, iPhone fighting type of person. I will not say that. But get like a phone. There's some crazy phones out there with the craziest megapixels, and they can zoom, and some of them even have settings that you can control them like a camera. I kid you not, it's crazy. You don't really need to buy nothing crazy. Get a point and shoot. There's some amazing point and shoots like out there, like just in general. You don't need all the bells and whistles because for you it's like click click, I might take a picture here or there. Maybe it's an office party, let me get some footage or something. It's nothing that serious for you. That is the easiest one because it's like, I like cameras. If you want to be a hobbyist, this is the last one where they kind of get a little. You want to be a hobbyist. You want to do this. You want to exist in the photography, video spaces that these people do these things in. You want to be able to show your work. It's really fun to you. It might be a stress reliever. It might be something that you think is really cool. It might be something you can go from hobbyist to professional. It's not even like unheard of. Like, people do it all the time. And there are a lot of professional photographers who have a hobby in another type of photography that they like. First, what do you want to do? Are you a picture person or are you a video person? Maybe you do both. Then you kind of have to find a camera that's in the middle, like my camera, a Sony a7 III, or it's something that can kind of like get you there. As a hobbyist, how much time are you planning on spending in this hobby? Money. There are a lot of other hobbies, not just pictures, and people spend a lot of money on because it's a hobby. You do it for fun. How much effort, how much editing you plan to do as a hobbyist? Maybe you go, you you give it all, and then you're like, geez, I can go from a hobbyist to a full-blown professional. And boom, here you are, you're a millionaire. YouTube is paying you, you recorded all the nice videos, you're on National Geographic, your life is good. But mostly, how much of everything you're gonna put into it. If you're a professional, stop playing. You know, and it's not even about money. You don't have to spend money and get like the $5,000 cameras, well, depending on what level of professional you are when you're shooting. But you know your thing's gonna cost money. There's no quick way to be like, hey, I want to be a professional of this and that, and then you're like, but I only want a $200 camera. Probably not gonna happen, because depending on what you're shooting, you probably need the best results, the best experience, the best everything, and I can't think of like a $200 camera that can get you something, whether it's people, whether it's animals, whether it's landscapes, whether it's weddings, events. You kind of need something with a little bit more horsepower, so that is its own category. I will get into that one day. Like a lot of my friends who hit me up about cameras, what they do. A lot of my friends who hit me up about cameras, they really want to be on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram. They kind of, it's my personal experience. They want to vlog. I know some people hit me up about professional photography, but a lot of my personal friends, close friends, they want to vlog. They want to travel and vlog. They want to vlog their day. They want to vlog at home. I'm always reluctant to ask, are you going to do this for real? How long do you plan on doing this? And do you see yourself going big with this? Because then you can kind of save some money. You might, if you're planning on doing this for real and you want to go big with this one day, you probably might get a camera that's a little bit more than just a beginner's camera, but you know that you're kind of future-proofing yourself for a while until you need to do that big upgrade when you take the show on the road. If you're doing this just to do it or because it's cool, and there's nothing wrong with that. Life is cool. You live a cool world. You're cool. Do your thing. You can get something that's a little lower end and then kind of work your way up, but the thing is, it's not just a camera. It's not just a body. I can't tell you, hey, get a Canon 5D Mark IV and that's it. You have to figure out lenses. All 5 fingers are just lenses. Lenses play a big role in any type of photos, videos, any medium using a camera. Again, you have to figure out what you want to do. Are you an enthusiast? You might, okay, my lens and my camera are here. Not even enthusiast, we've gone off that. Hobbyist, my lens and my cameras are here. Are you a professional? Then it's like my camera's here, my lens is here, we're up. Are you just in the middle? Because a lot of people don't know this, or maybe regular people might not know this, but lenses actually, a lot of them are like specific to how you use them. Like if I'm a portrait photographer, I'm probably not going to buy a 8mm lens or a 10mm lens because of distortion, and it'll stretch the person's face. They'll look crazy. It's not good for portraits. Portraits are usually bigger numbers, 50s, 85s. You can even go 35 is the lowest that everyone in the world recommends you go when you're doing portraits with them. 200s, 135s, 190mm numbers like that are portraits. So each lens, focal length, and even apertures, all that stuff requires you to figure out what you're doing. You're probably like, yo, me shit, calm down. I just asked you for a quick explanation. I didn't ask you to recommend me everything like that. Well, too bad. I'm going to recommend you everything like that. Figure out what you want to do. Figure out how long you want to do it. Figure out how serious you are. I can't stress that enough. Because then you can know, hey, do I want to future-proof, get something a little bit more advanced? Do I want to buy something and I know by next year, maybe a year and a half from here, I've already, worked my way up to getting the next piece of equipment, and figure out how serious you want to be. I think I said that. Perfect example, if you're going to be on YouTube, if you're serious about YouTube, it's not that simple to just get a camera. It's not. All my friends, I'm sorry, everybody, it's not like let me just get a camera lens and boom. It's like camera, lens, then you gotta get a mic, then you gotta get some lights wherever. It's a thing. If you're serious, it's a thing. You can't just. But if you're not serious, which is still cool. You can just enjoy your life. It's just that a lot of my friends want to be serious, and I know all this stuff is expensive, but you'd be surprised. I'm on OfferUp every night. You can, it's out there. If you want to do this, you don't have to kind of jump into the $4,500 cameras. You don't have to get the crazy mics, the boom arms. You don't have to get like the soundproof everything. There are ways to do things with what you're doing. If you're a portrait photographer, professional at least, then you really do have to take into consideration what you're shooting, or even an event photographer. You gotta figure out what you're shooting, why you're shooting it, and you kind of have to work off what you buy. If you're a professional, you kind of have to earn that money back, kind of pay yourself back for investing in yourself. It's a whole thing. Professionals, scoot that to the side. If you're trying to do something here in the middle, you're trying to go from small to big, and maybe you don't have the means, or maybe the followers, or you're just getting into it, but you do plan on going higher, then my friend, I'm sorry, I can't just recommend you like a $200 camera. I could, but like I won't. You can get something for, there are a lot of great cameras, Sony a6000, a6300. There's some Canon ones too. I used to be a Canon person, I'm a Sony person now. It's not about brands, but there are a lot of great cameras that you can get in the middle, $400 or $500, and then you know, with that, of course, with those, it's gonna be about features and all that, but you'll know at least then you get your hands on it, you mess with it, you use it often, and then you'll know, boom, I'm about to move to the next one, because that is at the stage you are at. Don't be afraid to buy something cheaper, but at the same time, don't waste your money. It's a $200 camera, let me just get the $200 because it's cheaper, when you can just save, when you get paid, maybe in a month or 2 months or whatever, save an extra $300 and just get a nicer $500 camera that can do a little bit more. So if you are an enthusiast, get yourself a phone, a point and shoot, something real quick, send it to your, well, if it's a phone, it's already on your phone. If it's not, you can just send it to your phone with the camera, because you got a camera like that with wireless controls. If you're a professional, you already know that you're gonna have to take a lot of time and consideration as to what you're doing, what type of lenses you'll need, why you'll need the lenses, where you can get them. And a lot of times people who are professionals, they do end up going to the highest things, and they don't pay like regular, no one's dropping like, okay, some people are, dropping like $2,000 on a lens. On some people, you know, the professionals, they have business credit and business, that's a whole different thing. If you are in the middle, you are a hobbyist, maybe you wanna go up, maybe you just wanna stay there. If you want to stay there, you can find some really great cameras in the 200, 300 range. Ha, you thought I was going to give you some? No, it's not that easy. And if you're planning on taking this stuff on the road, whether you're a photographer or a lot of my friends who hit me up, vloggers, you kind of have to understand that you're going to have to buy something new anyway, so you might as well save a little bit more, get you a pretty decent camera so you can really understand the camera, because that's gonna have to be your best friend. And you know, then take the training breaks off and just jump in the deep end, get you a nice camera once you reach that level, of course, and then shoot from there. Until then, don't ask me that question again. I gave you the answer. You know who you are. You know who you are. Okay, no, you can still ask me that question. I'm messing with you, but take that into consideration, guys. What are you gonna be doing? How long do you plan on doing it? How serious do you think you're going to be with this? And then, you know, think also, how much time are you willing to devote to this thing that you're doing? And actually, let me just add a fifth one, because 4 fingers is weird. Where do you see yourself with this? And then we can talk about cameras. Then we can talk about what you need. You might say, hey, I want to be a professional photographer. I want to make this my living. I want to do this from now on, forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. I want to take a lot of time learning, being really serious. You go through the checklist, and then you might look at yourself and like, hey, I might need a Canon 5D. I might need an f2, stuff like that. Then you get into the technical stuff. But I'd hate for you to just throw money at something because you got the money, or waste your money on something really cheap because you're like, well, you know, eventually I'll get it out there. When you can just save a little bit more and get you something really decent to really train and then move up. So pros and cons, balances. Once again, I'm Misha. You guys know where to find me. Instagram, Exama Studios. That's YXAMA Studios. You can also follow me on my personal one. I'm really boring. Do not be surprised. At MICHEYXAMA. Get with me. Don't stop taking pictures, like, ever. Don't stop taking pictures. Express yourself. A lot of people, they are crazy. No, people aren't that crazy. But there are a lot of crazy things happening in this world, and I feel like we all need an outlet. Express yourself in one way or another. Even if it's not pictures, go learn how to knit, how to fly a kite. I'm a picture person. Don't stop believing.